Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. Today, I have decided to spill the beans. I'm going to be spilling the secrets of what a successful law firm what successful law firm marketing is. These tactics have worked for every single one of my clients, and today I'm going to be revealing it to you. Basically, your competition is going to wish that you didn't hear this episode. Anyway, before I get to that content, I just want to remind you guys that next week is our end of quarter review special episode with my good friend Jennifer Flynn, where we're going to be, wrapping things up. Hopefully the first 2 quarters you have followed to the T. If you have, you should be in very good shape coming into the last quarter of the year. So stay tuned. That's coming up next week. And if you haven't had the sheet, I would say go to the end of June's and a quarter, download the sheet at that point. At where you're ready, you can catch up for next week. So it's going to be a very, very important episode, and I want you guys to miss anything from that episode. So hence the reason why I keep repeating myself. I've said it for the last 3 episodes because I know how important it is for you. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to be spilling the beans, as I said, of what a successful law firm marketing is. Okay. See, here's the bottom line, folks. And it's one of the reasons what inspired me to do this is because I took on a client recently and they were doing none of this. And after about 3.5 months, they've seen such great results that he emailed me, he called me, and we started chatting, and he was so happy. And so he was just curious. What is it that you did? So what we did was exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I obviously I didn't go. I'm not going to go into as great a detail on this episode as I did with him, because his was more specific, because I told him exactly what we did. But I'm going to talk to you in general terms, because again, I don't know what your practice is. I don't know what your focus in law is. I don't even know what your area is. So it's very generic. But if after this episode, you feel you need a little help with the marketing of your law firm, give us a call, 888-416-7752, or simply send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. Just let whoever you speak to, let them know you heard the podcast and you want to get more information about these secrets about your firm. Okay? Because the bottom line is that savvy law firms know that they're tried and true marketing strategies. That's the bottom line. And like this customer that came to us, like I said, 3-4 months ago, they knew that they're tried and true marketing strategies that actually generate leads. And they just wasn't getting them. So that's why they came to us. But the gist of tried and true strategies, they do a couple of things. They generate leads, like I said before. They build authority, and they create what's called brand recognition. I had an episode not too long ago about brand recognition and the importance of having brand recognition, especially if you're a law firm, because law firms is a very competitive space. Let's be honest. You're not the only family law attorney in your block. You're not the only personal injury attorney on your block. So you have to have a particular image to generate the leads, to build authority, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the thing is that once you discover what those strategies are, what we just talked about, and how to implement them, you have to execute them consistently in order for you to stand out. And I repeat this over and over again because what hurts a campaign more than anything, folks, is the start and the stop. Here's what I mean. If you start, let's say you start a pay-per-click campaign and you start building momentum, and then all of a sudden you stop it for whatever reason, whether it be, the cost, or maybe you're going on vacation or whatever. I mean, I've heard so many different excuses as to why you want to stop, that I don't know. I think I've heard it all. But the bottom line is you don't want to stop. And that's my point. You want to continue on the process, and you want to make sure that you are on top of your game at all times. But here are the strategies that I want to talk to you about today. Here are the secrets, okay? You want to focus on local search engine optimization. You just want to keep them on the top of your search results. You want to make sure that that the keywords that are mostly being typed by your potential audience is always prominent in the minds of who your potential audience is. And so that your website is always there, and you want to be part of the map pack. Okay, you want to be there, and of course you want your blogs to also show up that answers questions that they may be asking, etc. Okay, so that's number one. You want to focus on local search engine optimization. Now, as a tie to that, number two is very tied to number one, and that is you want to create long tail keyword strategies. Okay, that's going to attract a targeted audience. So it all comes down to keyword research. The long tail strategies is based on questions that are asked in your industry. Like just the other day, there was one of the blog posts of one of my clients came up. And it comes up all the time, hey, I want to file the notion. What's the process of doing it? And there was a blog post that they wrote that it basically showed them everything that they had to do for that particular state. Every state's different. So, but in that particular state, a lot of people asked those questions. That's why that blog post went so well. They got so many clicks from there that it was amazing how many clients they got because of that. Okay, so that's number two, and it's closely related to the first one because it is It is a strategy from a local search optimization perspective. Number three is you want to develop landing pages for every area of your practice. Very important that you do that. Separate the areas and say, I see a lot of people who don't do this, and then everything goes to the home page, and then you get lost that way. But if you can create landing pages for every area in your that you practice, gold, because then they think, and you probably will be the go-to attorney for that area. Okay, because they see that that's specifically written for that town or that county or whatever the strategy is. Okay. That's number three. Number four is you want to understand the power of robust content marketing, of a robust content marketing plan. So content marketing could come in of several ways. It could come in ways of a blog. You can be a guest blogger on someone else's blog, and it gives you a link back into you. That's another content form. Or what we've been talking about a lot recently here is video as a content. So let's just say there's a question out there that you see a lot coming up that your target audience is asking. So you have the option to A, provide them a written blog for it, or B, shoot a video answering that question. Okay. And then, make sure that it's keyword tagged, is keyword rich, and you'll see that video will show up on the search engines. Okay. That's another way of doing it. Or what we could do is, and not everyone does this, but you can also have like with this medium, a podcast, and you have weekly episodes that answer questions that you see fairly coming up. And podcasts have a lot of good link juice. So as long as you're in, all of the podcast mediums like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, et cetera, as long as you write the keywords in your show notes and write the keywords in your tags of your platform, you'll show up eventually for that. And then that's another way. So you have different modalities of giving people the right answer. Okay. So understanding the power of a robust content marketing plan. Now, here's what I mean by robust. If you want to use just one of those modalities that I just talked about, podcast, video, a blog, that's great. It will work. But by robust, I mean you have to do it on all three. Just think about it. So that way you capture as many people as you can with the same content. Okay. That's very, very, very powerful. So that was number 4. So number 5 is you want to keep the website up to date and optimize for current search protocols. This is a little bit more technical, but a lot of times what happens is these search engines change a lot. A lot of the rules for search engines change a lot. Enough for it to be annoying. Okay, so we want to make sure that that doesn't that doesn't hurt you in the long run. So if you're not up to date with it, what happens is marketing is no longer, especially SEO. People used to think that SEO is set and forget. Here's living proof that SEO is not a set and forget process. You cannot just say, "Oh, I optimized my website once. I did all these tagging once. I got my keyword research once, and then boom, let it go." It's going to work for a little while, but then when you're going to start seeing a decline. And rather than see a decline, why don't you stay ahead of that and always be on top of it and keep it up to date and optimized, okay? Because when the search protocols change, you're gonna see a hit in your ability to capture the right leads at the time that they're searching for you. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, that's a little technical. And if you guys have any questions about it, you know how to reach us, 888-416-7752, or send us an email at info@lbmsloc.com. We'll be happy to help you out with any of the stuff that we're talking about today, especially this one, because I know it's very technical and it's a key one because a lot of people do the set and forget process and then they end up getting hurt in the end. Last but not least, you want to do all of that stuff that I talked about, but you want to then leverage paid advertising. Paid advertising is the best thing to do while you're getting everything optimized, because now you dominate. Okay, we're talking about complete domination of your local area. You want to be the go-to law firm of your area for whatever it is that you do. And that's what we're talking about here. This is why I'm saying spilling the beans. So if you do all of these things, what I just talked about today, you want to focus on local search engine optimization. You want to create long tail keyword strategies that's going to attract your target audience, i.e. know what they're typing, okay? And tools will tell you some of these things. You want to develop the landing pages for every area that you have your practice on, okay? Very important. Understand the power of a robust content marketing, not just one modality. You want to try all different modalities. And you don't want to forget about optimizing the current search protocols. You got to do that. That's I think out of all the steps, this is the step that's missed the most. And this is something that we focus on a lot. This is our, I don't want to say our primary focus when we take on a SEO campaign, but it's something that we make sure that we pay attention to on a monthly basis. And last but definitely not least, you want to do all of that in conjunction with paid advertising. Whether you go with display ads or you go with, standard pay-per-click ads, LinkedIn ads, whatever you want to do, but you have to combine all of the stuff that we just talked about with a leverage paid advertising strategy. So I hope you got a lot out of this. And if you did get a lot out of this, folks, I help you guys to share this episode with someone that you think can benefit from them. If you know of a law firm, or if you are a law firm that is struggling, getting the word out about their services, or maybe they're falling behind the competitor, I would love for you to share this episode with them, or have them give us a call, 888-416-7752. We'd love to sit down with them and talk to them about these types of things. Okay. So with that, folks, I'm going to put an end to this episode. This has been Frank Deming of The Local Business Guy. Until next week, take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.